Hello you all, welcome to the NetMinute Solutions where your outcome always matter to us. Today we will be giving you a very interesting video over the Python which will include JSON, which we include like the different concept of maybe OpenFlow, SDN, SD-WAN, Python dictionary, Python for loop and all. Just have patience to watch it till the end if especially you are preparing for the CCNP and core examination. You guys must be aware that in CCP exam the automation part is covering 15%. This is under the section 6 where you can see how the automation is now looped in for all of the Cisco examinations, but not only the Cisco but the different giants are now coming on the or moving towards the automation. Okay, so not wait for much, let us start for our video for today. And with our first slide we are talking about why Python is so important. So when I am saying why, to make you understand that world is now very much changing with a very great speed toward the automation, and when we are saying automation it means we need to have couple of the languages we need to be know, and the most important and most easiest language is Python. So if you will ask from me why, because Python is damn easy. Even if you are not from the programming world and you wanted to learn the Python, to learn the Python is not a nightmare. It is a task of hardly maybe 1 month. Okay, if you are dedicating your time for 30 minutes or 1 hour on the daily basis, within a month you would be having a great knowledge about the Python. And if you will say that, let me draw a graph over here so that we can talk about it. Let us say this is your traditional networking, okay, and let us say this is your automation. So somewhere if we talk about, earlier the people was towards the traditional networking but not for the automation, okay, and now people are moving towards the automation, and along with automation somewhere our goal is to reach over the point where we have the knowledge of traditional networking including the automation. So if you are from the networking background, just be aware that your job will be get secured only if you are moving toward the automation. Talk about anything, talk about SDN, okay, SDN, I hope you guys are aware about the SDN. So when we are talking about SDN, in SDN by the way is a very big ship, okay. Here you can see that if it go towards the WAN perspective it would be SD-WAN. If you go towards the maybe like SD, access is towards your access side. If you wanted to go towards the maybe Nexus side, it is ACI, okay. Even the VMware side you are aware about the NSX. Like all of the technologies is now moving towards the SDN. And when you are talking about SDN, SDN is what? SDN is the very good example for your automation. These things are automating the task for you guys, preparing some kind of templates or maybe a different mean that you people are able to manage your device using a centralized controller. Okay, so let us talk about maybe that stuff also. When we are talking about the controller, let us talk about maybe regarding the southbound API and the northbound API. So earlier you guys are aware that there were 2 planes, or maybe you can say 3 planes, but we will be talking about only 2 planes, like the control plane and the data plane, which was associated with every device, right? So you can say that if we have, let us take an example of maybe 3 routers. Let us assume these are the routers, and the earlier routers were like this. They are handling the control traffic, they are handling the data traffic. When we are saying the control traffic, and in the layman term, if I will talk about control traffic, means when you are taking the decisions for the control side, or you can say RIB. Okay, so it is bit like that. Okay, OSPF topology is in the control plane, but how the data is moving from one link to another from the physical ASIC, that is taken care by the data plane, and both of these planes were associated into the single device. But nowadays the technology is moving as such that this control plane, or you can say this mind, is now coming up from the device to a central controller. Okay, so your control plane or the mind is somewhere residing over here. And when you are talking about the controllers even can be managed by some kind of application. You can say this is the application layer. So all of the stuff is now changing like that. This is your application layer, this is your control layer, this is your data plane layer. Okay, so this is your control layer, this is your application layer. And when you are talking from the application layer to controller, this kind of abstraction is done as such that if you are a people who has the knowledge of the automation, your work can be done over here, and you can manage the controller from here to here. And some people are aware that this is known as northbound interface. Okay, so this stuff is northbound interface, and if you will say from controllers to the data plane, your end devices or your edge points, it is known as southbound interface. So in your northbound interface, you have learned about the terms like APIs, and in the APIs people are mostly aware about the REST API. REST API means which is working on your HTTP or HTTPS protocol. There are multiple more APIs, unified API and SSH kind of protocol you can use, but here if you are talking with your controllers, it means you are using REST API on the most. And from the controller to your data plane, it can be n number of different protocols where it is coming into the picture. Okay, it depends upon like on which SDN technology you are working, and on the behalf of that these protocols are taken care of. And when we are coming to this part, we are already aware that overlay and underlay, the two terms are coined over here. So let me quickly talk about the overlay and the underlay also over here, so that we can able to understand about this stuff. So let us take an example that there are couple of the devices into the picture, right? And these are connected with each other, these are talking, and all of the stuff is going on. But apart from it, if you are talking about like there are two devices which are using this as overlay, it means they are talking as such that on the top of this you can just think about like a overbridge you are building up on the roads. Okay, and this is something is known as overlay network, which is bit like your tunnel. Okay, it can be a secure tunnel or not, depending upon the technology which you are using. But on the underlay technology, this is your all the underlay technology, you are building up something on it that is known as overlay. Okay, and these two endpoints are talking as such that there is nothing in between, and you can say all of the fabric is now have no intelligence, but all the intelligence is going to the endpoints. So that is how our all of the networking is now moving towards. And to learn about it, let us move towards the Python. Let us not go over here and there. Okay, to talk about why Python is important, I will come to the same answer that Python is damn easy, and you as a network administrator has the power to understand about the Python, okay, in a very less time. So let me talk about one more thing that is known as JSON. Okay, so let us talk about JSON. So what is JSON? JSON is something, or you can say the full form of JSON is JavaScript object. So let me type it for you guys. The full form for JSON is, oh, it is, let me change the color of my pen. So this is JavaScript object notation. To make you understand about the JSON, we need to be aware that we as a human, when talking with the machines, or let us say if we are talking with the Nexus or maybe any of the OS iOS switch, okay, we are logging into the device either through the SSH, Telnet, or maybe by any mean, and then we just log in into it. We put out some commands, maybe show run, show version, show IP interface brief, whatever we wanted to see. We are checking out that and we are coming out of the switch. But what if one machine need to talk with another machine? In that case, all the data should be formatted in a particular way so that machine can understand that data. And to format the data in one way is the JSON which is used. Again, there are multiple of the things like XAML, like YAML. There are different languages which can be used for this kind of formatting, but we will talking about the JSON in our today's class. Now if you will see this pic is talking about a lot, okay, about the JSON. When you will saying JSON will be having data that is enclosed in the curly braces, and the data will be in the form of key and value. It is bit equivalent to your dictionary of Python if you guys are aware about it, okay. So if you are not aware about the dictionary of the Python, let me give you an overview about the dictionary so that you guys will be on the same page. So when we are talking about the dictionary object type in the Python, you will be able to understand that if you are taking a variable, maybe we are taking a variable of NXOS, okay, and here I am just saying device name, and device name is maybe any device name you can say. It can be like US Fort Worth DC 01 dot netminion dot net, then comma, maybe you can say IP is, you can take any of the IP like 172.168.1.1. then maybe you can say username, maybe you can say Cisco, and blah 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 blah. Here can be a number of fields, but if you observe one thing, here you can see that what we are writing, how we are writing everything in the curly braces. Second thing, how we are writing, we are giving a key and the key is separated or assigned with the value, and key and value are separated by a colon. Then we are making a comma, and after that comma we are providing some another key, you can say key 1 and value 1. Bit like that, there can be n number of key, n number of value inside into this curly braces, and this is known as dictionary in your Python concept. Likewise, when you will say the example of JSON, it would be bit like same, with only example, with only difference that into JSON all of the stuff would be enclosed by double quotes, okay. So in JSON you will see that these would be enclosed by double quotes instead of single quotes. Even in your Python, either you are enclosing a string by a single quote or by the double quote, it hardly matters. But according to Puppet style guides, you should be stick with only one, okay. Although your script will not throw any kind of error, but as per the Puppet style guide, you should be stick with any of the one, okay. That is a good programming skill, you can say. Now for now we have learned that when we are talking about JSON is something which is used for formatting, and our machine can able to understand the data when they are talking with another machine, and this data should be formatted in a very good format so that machine should not have any problem to understand about it. And one of the format which we used is known as JSON. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation, and it includes into the curly braces having the key value, or you can say name and value pairs, which can be more also. It doesn't like mean that you can have only one or two or maybe three or four. It can be more. Now if you talk about Python, in Python there is one more data type known as list. Why we are talking? Because in our today's class, when I would be showing you the practical, all of these things will be coming. Okay, so there is something known as list also. Some of people maybe know on this term as array. Okay, so list can contain couple of the values separated by comma. When we are saying a dictionary, or maybe you can say JSON value, it has something like key and value. Value can also contain value data type, can be an array, can be a dictionary, can be a string, can be a numeric value, can be anything. Okay, tuple or xyz, whatever. If you guys are not aware about these terms, I would highly suggest you go through my previous Python videos where I am explaining about these stuff. Okay, and if you are aware, that is good enough. So in today's class we will be learning about all of this stuff. So before that, let me open my command prompt and let me show you these things, like how you can go through the Python and you can check about it. So just I am going into my interactive Python. What happened? So here if you see, this is my Python interpreter which will be coming into the picture. Now I am taking a variable. Maybe I just wanted to include a list. I wanted to give you the example of the list. So I am taking a variable name as maybe router list. And since list is always enclosed by square brackets, so it is enclosed by your square brackets. Here you can put out any of the data types, like 1 and 2 are the numeric data type. If you wanted to specify with any kind of string, you need to provide any kind of string like ABC or maybe XYZ, XYZ or whatever. And when you are putting enter, it means you have an list now whose name is router list. If you wanted to check out the value of this particular list, you can see, just write down this particular name and hit the enter, and you can see that this is a list. How to check that? By using your type function. Let me copy and paste this stuff. If I wanted to check the type of this router list, you can see this is a list. Okay, let it now produce an dictionary. So I told you dictionary is enclosed by curly braces. So I am just saying device, and here I just provided a dictionary. Into this I am saying router name, and into router name I am just wanted to provide the router name is maybe we can say Cisco USEH nx01.netminion.net. Okay, I am taking I am sorry for that, I didn't enclose it into the. Okay, here you go. So you can see I have another variable name as device, which contain only one value, right? So I told you dictionary in Python is bit like your JSON. Here you can see this is enclosed by your curly braces. Then I told that it would be a key and value pair. Here the key is router name, value is this complete string. Both of these things are separated by a colon. Okay, and if you wanted to see either it is a dictionary or no, okay, let us check about that. So what is the value of device? Now if I will see, you can see the output is like bit like that. If I wanted to see the type of this particular device, okay, what is the type? You can see it is the type of dictionary, right? So this particular variable storing a dictionary into it. And if you wanted to check out the dictionary, and you can say that, okay, what is the router name? Just give me a minute. What happened here? Oh, it should be device. So what I was trying to do, let me tell you. If I wanted to find out the value of router name, that is a key, I can just put out that variable, and I am just specifying what is the value of this key, and it is giving me the value that this particular key has this value associated with it. Now similarly, if I have multiple of the interfaces in my Cisco devices, and I wanted to find out what are the IP of those devices, what is the state of that device, or what is maybe description, or maybe n number of statistics what you wanted to find out from a particular device, then you can find out all of that information using the JSON. Okay, of course you need to have JSON installed on your PC. You need to have something known as NetMiko. NetMiko is a library. If you guys are not aware, again you watch out my previous videos, you will be able to understand about the NetMiko. Okay, you need to have the JSON installed, you need to have Python installed on your PC. Once you have all of this stuff is there, you can able to log in into the device using NetMiko. You can just run your script and you can fetch out the information from your device very easily. Okay, so we will be using today for loop also. Now if I will say for will be used bit like, maybe you can say you can use into the with range, and here let me print out the value of n. So let me tell you about the range command output also, so that whenever we are using this stuff into our script, you should not be feel astonished that what is we are doing over here. What we are doing, that in Python there are two loops. Okay, there are while loop, there are for loop. Okay, now range is again a function or a method, you can say, that we will be using inside our for loop, and it will be starting from always 0 and ending till 1 less whatever you are providing. So if you see, I am printing the value of n. It means n first value will be 0, and will be iterating to the 1, will be iterating to the 2, and so on till 9. And here you can see this is the value which is coming in. So what I am saying that, okay, I am iterating a variable that is n over here, and again you can take any of the name. Instead of n, you can take some relevant name if you wanted to give out the name. Okay, so whatever name you wanted to give of the variable, that is up to your choice. Now you are iterating it with the range of 10. It means you will be starting it from 0 and ending till 1 less whatever you are providing over there. It is means till 9. Okay, so this all stuff we will be doing into our script, which will be running on today on the Cisco Nexus devices. How to log in into the Cisco Nexus devices over the Cisco DevNet, that we will be talking about in a moment. Okay, so let us go ahead into our slide and see further about it. So if you wanted to go into the Cisco box, there is the detail in front of you. You can log in into the Cisco box using this particular name. Protocol should be SSH, port number 8181, username admin, and password is admin_1234. So let me quickly go over to this device and see about it. I am opening my putty and it is already stored over here. Oh, maybe let me load it again. just to show you. Support number 8181, name is sbx-nxos mgmt.cisco.com. let me try to open it. Oh, somehow my internet is not working. Let me make my internet on. Okay, give me a moment. Let me just log in into the device again, and here you go. It is asking for the username, and the username is admin. It is asking for the password. Password is a capital admin underscore 1234 exclamation sign, and you can see, no, let me type it again, admin underscore 1234 exclamation sign, and here you go. So you are into the NXOS device of Cisco DevNet, okay, which you can log in into if you have the internet connectivity. Now if you check some of the commands, show IP interface brief, you can see it, show version, you can see it, okay, that this is a Nexus device. And if you wanted to check out maybe some another output, show run, you can see it, okay. Now let us run some script, or maybe let us run some commands first to check out the output over the console or maybe SSH session of this Cisco device. So show IP interface brief. If you see, this is such the information which is coming in front of us, and we are having couple of the like values in front of us. But what if I wanted to see this information in the JSON format? What I can do, I can just write down like that, show IP interface brief, and I wanted to print out this information in the JSON. Why JSON? Because JSON is the format used for your machine. Show IP interface brief is only for the humans, but if you wanted to work for the machines, you need to write down like that. But this output is somehow not looking very, you know, familiar for us. Maybe we can use where is that JSON pretty. So if you see this, if you work with the JSON pretty, and let me copy out this whole information just to make you guys aware what is the output, and let me open a notepad here so that we can talk about this value. Okay, here you go. Now if you see, we have run a command that, okay, show IP interface brief, but this time this value should be into the JSON pretty form. And if you see here, if you see here, all of the stuff is enclosed by a curly braces, right? As I told you in the JSON, it is the thing. Then you should having a key and a value, and value can be anything. Even the value can be in again a JSON format. So if you see, this is your main curly braces which is starting of your JSON format. This is your key, and in your value you are again having a dictionary. Then key is row interface, and when you are talking about value, it is having an array, and array has different dictionary kind of stuff inside into it. You can say it is bit like that. First it is your key, then value, again your dictionary, okay, whatever your key, then value is having your again an array which is having the bit like that. Okay, making sense? So it is bit like that. Now if you wanted to fetch out the information of any of the interface name, maybe, or maybe the protocol status, or maybe the admin status, or maybe IOD, or maybe the prefix, how you want to find out, how you need to find it out. This time you need to give out whatever variable where you are saving it, like A, you need to give out the value A. Then whatever the key name, What is the first key name? It is table interface. Then the second key name. What is the second key name? It is row interface. Then it is you are having the array. Array is starting from the element 0, 1, 2, 3. So first element is 0. So you need to say 0. And inside into your array there is again a dictionary where you need to provide again the key name. So if you wanted to find out the value of the prefix or the IP address, you need to give out the thing like prefix, bit like here. This stuff will give you the IP address of first interface. So that is how inside into your dictionary there are a couple of more dictionary, okay, inside into your value. Then there is some kind of array, or you can say a list, and list again contains the elements, which is again the dictionary of the nature. It can happen, okay, and that is how our program is working. Now we need to write down this whole stuff inside into our script, log in into this particular device, and we need to fetch out the value of all of the interfaces, maybe IP addresses in first script. So without any delay, let me open my Sublime. Okay, Sublime is an IDE, and again, if you don't have any idea of the IDE, you guys can go over my previous videos where I have explained about this, and you can search about the IDEs and you can maybe take a look. Let me save this program, and let me save this program over the desktop, and I am just giving you JSON example, or maybe example.py should be the extension, because anytime if you are writing down the Python script, the extension would be the JSON. Now from the NetMiko library I am importing a module which is named as connect handler. Import connect handler. Okay, this module will log in into my device and will make a connection, SSH connection on my Cisco box which I was showing you, which is having which is provided by the Cisco DevNet. For this we should be having an dictionary which is containing all of this kind of value, okay, and it will provide us that, okay, what kind of device it is, what kind of the IP address, and blah 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 blah. So I am just saying that the device type is Cisco, and this is your iOS. Okay, it should be separated by comma. I am just writing down a comma. Then what is the IP? If I will talk about IP is SBX. I am just giving my whole of the name. Let me take this name. Okay, this name is, okay, I need to type out maybe SBX NextOS and mgmt.cisco.com. Let me check it from my slide once again. So SBX NextOS management. Okay, now I need to separate it with comma, and I need to write down what is my username. Username is again, it is admin. I hope it is admin. Then what is my password? So password, and password is admin _1234 exclamation sign. Then what is my port number? And my port number is 8181. Okay, so I have provided all of this information, that these are the device information. Now I need to connect with my device, so I can say connect with the device. So I am just using any of the variable, maybe conn connect, and here I am saying connect handler, and into connect handler I am parsing out my device information, that is into the NXOS. Okay, so till now I am logging into my device. So let me just maybe let me run a command. So command I'm just running out a command and I'm giving the variable name like com1. Okay, and here I am saying show IP interface brief. Okay, and I need to just have some kind of output over here for this command, and I need to send it to my connector, and here I need to say that I am sending a command, and this command is com1. Whatever the output we are having, and I need to print out this output. And let me just print out this output and let me see that if my program is working or no. So there is some port number is the numeric, so I should not give it into the single inverted comma. So let me press Ctrl B again. What it is showing now? So port is 8081. It is showing JSON invalid syntax. Okay, where is the issue now? Let me I just forgot about the comma in the last. Let me press Ctrl B again. By this time, if you see, my device is getting logged in from this Python script, and all of the output which we was checking out from the PuTTY session. Let me provide the PuTTY session over here in front of you. Show IP interface brief. The same output I can see through my Sublime text editor. Here you can see that you are having show IP interface brief command which you are running over here, and the output is presenting in front of you in the form of same human visible or human readable format. But now our task is to run the query onto this device using the JSON and put out or fetch out the information only for these IP addresses, and only to find out either the links are up or down. Okay, to do so we need to import JSON. So I am importing JSON. I need to import JSON as well. Okay, so I am importing JSON, and if you see about this, what we are fetching out over here, this out variable is sending the command show IP interface brief. This whole command is in the form of string. We need to convert this string into JSON, and to do so we need to maybe I am saying raw input, and raw input into raw input I am just converting this string into the JSON. And to do so I am just saying from the JSON I am using loads as a method, and into loads I am loading my output. Okay, and let me just comment it out. So far in the row we are having something JSON output. Okay, and into JSON output, if you want to fetch out something, maybe command, let me make some changes into the command also. So JSON pretty, I'm just converting out into the JSON pretty, and again even if I am using JSON pretty, it will be the string only. Okay, to convert this string into the JSON, this is the way like how I am converting it out over here. Now I have something in the JSON pretty, and I have let me print it out to see that what kind of output I am having, if I am having the same output or no this time also. Okay, so let me just print it out so that I can both of we can be on the same page. Okay, and here you go, you can see that everything we are having in the JSON format, and if you see, this is enclosed by the curly brace. This is your first key, then this is your whole value, but again the value contains the JSON, or you can say bit like your dictionary. Just take the metaphor of the dictionary. Okay, and here you can see that it is again starting with the some key. So this is your key. Again this is having your value, but again value is having an array, which is the array of your dictionary. Again, if you talk about your Python, So if you check the metaphor of the Python, you can see dictionary value is containing dictionary, again the value is containing array, which is the array of the different elements of the dictionary again. Okay, now we need to find out the value of interfaces, what is the interface name, and we wanted to have the value of maybe we wanted to find out the IP address. Okay, so let me open the notepad quickly and let me find out, let me just fetch out this information over here. So my first key is this is my first key which I need to find out. Then my second key will be like this. Oh, I'm sorry, I need to fetch out like this. So this would be my first key, and my second key would be like this. Then I am having an array. It means if I wanted to fetch out the value of very first interface, it should be 0. And then what key I wanted to find out, maybe I wanted to find out the interface name, or what is the interface name. So let me find out only interface name this time. So I need to find out this whole data. Instead of printing whole row output, I wanted to fetch out this complete data. Okay, how can I find it out? So to find it out, I can say instead of row, I will be able to print the data which contain this particular value. And how I can do that? It is bit simple. I need to just copy this and I need to paste it over here. And let me save it, let me press Ctrl B, and you would be able to see if this script is correctly fine. It will find out only the value of interface name at the first position, that is VLAN 100, and you are able to see it, right? So maybe let me comment it out. Okay, and let me print out again the whole data, print and row. And you can see that if we are printing out our whole data, it is containing a big curly braces. Under that, this is a key, this is all the value, again value is having the key, again this is the value. In this value we are having the key and value pair, and we are finding out the value of interface name here, right? The very first element, that is starting from 0. Now that is how this is working. This is one thing that you are finding out interface name. What if you wanted to find out the IP also? So if you see the IP key is prefix, so I wanted to find out prefix also. So let me write down the prefix. Then what if you wanted to find out the link status? So the protocol status, the link status, whatever you want to find out, or the admin status. Maybe let us print out the admin status. So maybe I want to print out these two things also. So what I will be doing, I will just make it commented out. Okay, and let me just copy and paste these two guys here. Okay, and instead of interface name, I will say I want to find out the value of prefix. I wanted to find out the value of admin status. Control S, Control, oh sorry. So if I will press Control B, you will be able to see, instead of giving only interface name, this time my script should give me what is the interface name, what is the interface IP, what is the admin status of my interface. Again, you can find out this information by logging into the device also, but we are iterating it further and further so that we can check it out till our last way. Okay, if we wanted to find out maybe all of the interface values by such a way, how we can use? Either we can use the loops, and in the loops I told you can use for loop. Yeah, so let us use the for loop, and we need to iterate it so that we can able to see that okay, whatever the length of my array is, just iterate till there and give me the value. So I need to say iterate value. So till how much number of point I need to iterate? I will be saying that okay, iterate, let me just give this value. So my all of the stuff is into row, and here I wanted to give out that okay, this row whatever the length of my row interface, okay, and let me just comment it out. And let me print iterate value just to check either we are making the correct logic or no, and post that we will be making our device more iterable. So what it is showing, what happened to the device now? Let me check my internet connection. It is good. Line number 11 module, it was working fine. What happened now? Let me give a try again. Intermediate firewall blocking access, incorrect IP address, device type Cisco iOS. Let me check into the device. Oh, access lost. Let me take the duplicate session manually. Strange, device does not responding. So this is a DevNet issue. Device is not responding. Let me make a connection again. My bad. So device is not responding currently, guys. Just wait for a minute. Let me put this whole of the value if we are having into our notepad. Okay, we are having our notepad, right? So let me iterate this script over the notepad, and instead of, I have already shown you that how to log in into the device. Now let me open one more script. Okay, here I am just giving the value where I am typing it out. So let me write down row equal to like that. It means what, let me save it with JSON example, and here let me give the value 1, save, and let me tell you what I am doing, guys. Okay, my script was, and since there are couple of the lines, I need to save it by that way. I need to put it 3 times. So 1 2 3, control home, control S. So till here, if you see what we were doing, till here we were getting the same output. I just added this output manually just to show you guys that how my script will be able to find out the interface name and the prefix detail and maybe the admin status by itself using for loop. So what I was doing is I need to import JSON. Let me import JSON over here. So in the very first line I am importing JSON. Then what I was doing, I was just doing like that. So row we have already used. I am just using row 1, and this we are using as row. So row, yeah, so I have used row 1 instead of row, and the same thing I iterated over here. Then we were just printing out this whole value. Let me continue with my script over here, and instead of row I need to use row 1, and let me press Ctrl B again. So it is saying something. Let me check with it. JSON example py module, and JSON decoder, expecting value line 1 colon 1 character 0. So what is the issue? Expecting value as from none, row decode. Let me check what I'm doing. JSON dot loads in the row. And if I check about the row is having a string. And I'm importing JSON. Yeah, I'm importing JSON, and it is giving me error over here. JSON decoder expecting value line 1 column 1. Oh, maybe no. Let me check again what I'm doing. Send command. So this is the send command output, that is correct. Then we were using row JSON dot loads. Let me see, JSON dot loads, and we are putting it into the row, and we were doing it correctly. What is the issue? Let me print something. Just give me a minute. Let me check print type of row, and this is a string. That is correct. And now maybe I'm saying, and you're taking some output, and I'm loading it into the JSON. And let me press Ctrl B, and again JSON decoder expecting value character 0. Strange. I am doing some of the issue. It should be a bit like that. So let me check now. Okay, it was having the command wrongly. I was putting out there, so instead of row 1 I need to use output. Let me see if it is working fine or no. Perfect. Let me print out the iteration value, which is over here. Control S, Control B, and you can see it is showing me 10. So it means that we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 elements into my list. So let me now run a for loop. Okay, let me just make it commented out, and here I am saying for n in range. And what is my range? Range is my iteration value, so I will say iterator value. And now I need to print out something from my, instead of row I need to use output. So let me convert it into output. Instead of 0 I am just giving n, that okay, iterate from the value of n. Now if you will see, this script will give me all the values. What happened now? Okay, so I'm sorry, this should be like that, and it should be 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. This should be having the proper space. And if you will see, this script is fetching out that okay, you have VLAN 100, this is the value. You have VLAN 101, this is the value. You have VLAN 102, this is the value. And bit like that, it is fetching out all of the interface name, interface IP, and what is the status of the interface. and that is how we are able to log in into the running device and we can fetch out this task. I hope guys it is valuable video for you guys. Okay, and that is the task what I wanted to show you. If you feel like it worthy, please do like, comment, like it, subscribe it, and share this video with others so that this video can make some of the help in their life also. Thanks a lot, have a very good day, and if you wanted to enroll for the Python program, we welcome you for that also. Thank you, bye bye, have a good day.